Typing is dead and the future of content is spoken. So I had this realization right now. I'm doing some work here on my laptop, and basically I just realized how many. I hope you guys can't hear the construction outside. I think you can't, but the biggest insight of all time, no one wants to write anything anymore, right? No one wants to sit down and type everything because AI can do that easily. So you just prompt the AI saying, hey, write this for me. It's that easy. So the future of content is spoken. And I've been thinking of this for a long time, and not only the future of content, but the future in general. That's why I'm extremely bullish on voice AI. And I have a few points here that I'm going to go through with you. But basically, first one I just mentioned, typing is extremely slow. And we all know AI, ChatGPT, Cloud, all of them they can do it super fast. So that's why we read some content nowadays and we're on LinkedIn, on Twitter, whatever, and we're like, holy fuck, this is AI. There is no human element in here because, I mean, it's a machine. The machine has no fucking soul. And you know what? Fuck my points here. And basically, the machine has no soul. And what's the difference between when you are typing and when you are speaking something? You are basically transmitting the same message, but you spend way less time by speaking. Correct? Correct. You know, if you've probably gone on LinkedIn and tried to like create a post about anything, maybe you went to an event and you wanted to share with people, you're gonna spend like half an hour, 30 minutes writing the fucking post and no one's gonna see. So that's why I'm extremely bullish on voice. You can communicate the same message, but way faster. I'm telling you all of this right now. And another big point here, I think the future of content is going to be also interviews, especially for brands, because with an interview, think of this. You're interviewing the CIO of, I don't know, Starbucks, okay? You're interviewing the CIO of Starbucks. If that content is living only on YouTube, the content is dead. No one else can access the interview with the CIO of Starbucks. And just imagine how much value, how much information is packed on 1 hour, and 1 hour conversation of a C-suite level from Starbucks. Lots of value, lots of content, lots of everything, lots of information that people should have access to. But guess what? You can't just find new information from YouTube videos. Let's say you're having a conversation with ChatGPT, with any LLM, and you are looking, you just want to know something specific about Starbucks, all right? If you ask the LLM will just have access to the typing, to the content that someone went online and typed. So this video, this interview on YouTube with the CIO of Starbucks is gone forever. No AI has access to that video. Now, bear with me. Imagine the interviewer, the person, the owner of this YouTube channel, because he posts lots of interviews online, he decides, you know what? Now it's time for me to go get the transcription and publish on a website. His podcast website. If he has a podcast, he probably has a website. So, and most podcasts have been doing this nowadays. And this the first time I had this realization was with I wanted more information about Heavy, mobile app, and the founder. And basically, I asked the AI to do a deep research for me, and it found content. It found an interview with the founder and someone else, and that was the first time I thought, holy fuck, like this is a great use case for transcriptions and YouTubes and interviews, because sometimes you don't want to have to listen to an hour conversation just to get one piece of information. Of course, there is value in watching the entire interview, but sometimes you just don't want to. You just want that one specific thing, correct? And this is the first time when I was trying to get information about Heavy, and the AI found the transcription, and it was something like our first 100 users were all family and friends, something like this. I don't know. And the AI found the information because it was on a transcription. Now, you were able to understand what I mean by content voice is the future, just like SEO kind of died to get replaced by GEO, generational search engine optimization. So generative engine optimization, whatever. Like GEO is the SEO for LLMs, right? And this is where transcriptions they play a huge part. I just explained that to you. And this is why Google is gonna win this shit. Because OpenAI basically has all the content available on Wikipedia, Reddit. Like they can scrape all that stuff, but they don't have access to YouTube. They don't have access to YouTube. If you go right now and you try, just copy this this video link, go on YouTube, on ChatGPT, and ask for like what's this guy talking about, and paste the link. ChatGPT has no idea what I'm talking about. But now go on Gemini, even the poor, what's the bad model here in Gemini? It's 2.5 Flash. 2.5 Flash is capable of telling you what's this video's transcription and what am I talking in this video. And this is fucking crazy. This is just crazy. This is probably where Google is gonna win in the voice AI the voice AI race, because at some point we're gonna all be tired of typing in chatbots and stuff, and it's just gonna move on to conversational AI. You're gonna be talking to the AI. Like right now, for example, I see Google has here a microphone where you speak to the chatbot and it transcribes your speech, and then you can just send. Probably the future, there will be no chatbot interface. It might just be pure microphone. And Google has like great, incredible advantage because they have how many movies are on YouTube? You can buy or rent movies on YouTube. How many interviews? How many videos? Like the whole world is on YouTube, and everything you need for a model, a conversational model to be conversational is data to be trained on. And I remember if you try, for example, ChatGPT voice mode, you go on your phone and you use the voice, it's pretty good. Yeah, it is. And I'm not sure if Google even has this feature. I don't think so. Yeah, like just looking here very quick, I don't see anything. But Google has access to a huge library of content called YouTube when OpenAI doesn't. OpenAI doesn't. So this is my take. This is why I think conversational AI and voice is going to be the future, and why you should be preparing for that, because no one wants to type anymore. Typing is extremely freaking boring. Not boring, but time consuming, especially if you're writing something longer than just like a message to tell your friends, oh, I'm here. Like that doesn't take any time. But if you're trying to create something more, not concise, but something more dense, then typing just consumes a lot of time. So be prepared for the future, because the future is going to be conversational. In 5 years from now, probably less, we are going to be talking to AIs when you go to a drive-through, when you go talk to a cashier, there will be no cashier. There's going to be an AI and maybe like a security guard just to make sure you're not stealing. The future more and more is going to be you talking to a robot, because that's what, not that it's what makes sense, but it's what makes companies replace humans for cheaper. And all companies are looking for profit, looking for more money. So if they have the opportunity of just, instead of paying 20 bucks an hour for a minimum wage employee, they pay $3 an hour for an AI agent, for whatever, that's worth it for them. And if we get to the point where AI is extremely cheap, this will happen. It will. And the same way it happened with internet and Wi-Fi and networks in general, 25 years ago, 30 years ago, maybe more, when it was released, let's say the web, the internet, it was extremely expensive. Probably nowadays, not probably, sorry, nowadays it's extremely cheap. This is going to be the same thing that's going to happen to AI, because it's the same thing that happened to voice calls. 30 years ago, 40, 50 years ago, to make a phone call, it was expensive as balls. Today, I'm here in Canada. I can just call my parents in Brazil and see them, and I don't pay that. I don't pay for anything, right? This is my take. I think in a few years from now, AI is going to be extremely cheap. The cost to produce is going to be all the way to the bottom, and it's going to be accessible, and you're going to see lots of people being replaced because it's cheap. This is my take. Let me know what you think. If you disagree, awesome. If you agree, even better. But yeah, see you in the next one.